Day of the YouTube video. So I'm actually taking the Jag to the mechanic right now because apparently there's some issues. Dang. Bro, I don't know how girls can sit like so close to this shit. So boys, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're taking this car to the mechanic because I don't even know. Apparently, there's some problems with it or whatever. This is my mom's car. We literally just got it, and it's bringing up a bunch of problems. But the topic of this video is pretty much inspired by this car, inspired by like the maintenance that these types of cars need. If you guys don't know, my mom just bought this. We just got it for her because there's no way she's ever gonna do this, because she just isn't that type of person. Like, we're not a materialistic family. And my dad just got a Porsche, and the thing that you don't realize with these cars is that the maintenance needed on these cars is a pain in the ass. And you really have to love cars. You really have to enjoy, like, jeez. You really have to enjoy the pain in the ass that these cars are, or else, like, you won't really want to take care of it. You won't actually put in the amount of work that needs to be done for these types of cars, if you know what I mean. And that pretty much just leads me on to like what I want to talk about is like, everybody, when I talk to them and I ask them like, what car do you want, or what car do you have, or like any type of question of like that, or like even a simple question as like, what do you want and when do you want it? People just never give me a straight up answer of like, I want this and I want it by X date, right? It's always like, oh yeah, I want this, and I don't know, maybe one day, you know, like one day I'll get it, or one day this or one day that. And for me, it's just like, bro, when I ask you, when do you want to get a haircut? You tell me, well, tomorrow, right? To next week, right? Something like that, right? Right? And it's like that obviousness of when do you want it isn't like, it's not something most people know that they can actually get what they say that they want, because they don't genuinely believe in it. They make excuses for like why they can't have it, or why they shouldn't have it. You know, like every time I told people I had a Beamer, they're like, oh shit, how's the maintenance on that? And dude, it wasn't expensive. It definitely was not an expensive like car to maintain. Now, this Jag and the Porsche, yeah, those are actually pretty expensive to maintain, but I guarantee you that this is probably the same price to maintain than in any other SUV. People don't realize that these cars are built to last. And dang, I'm dirty. These cars are built to last, you know, like all these other cars that you get aren't really built to last. These cars, like this is a 2018 and it looks like 2020, right? 2020, 20 something. Look, let me let you guys hear the engine real quick. You can't hear it, but it sounds like a fucking engine, like a jet engine, bro. It sounds like. Oh shit! There's something in the back there flying around. Let me give you guys a better sound. Slow ass fucking car. Well, my phone fucking fell. But anyways, you guys heard it's pretty slow, and the car has like some limiter to it right now because of the lights that's coming on and everything like that. But pretty much it's like you get to enjoy a car like this, and there's different types of cars for different types of like vibes and what you're actually trying to get out of a car. Like this one, you obviously saw it's fucking slow. This is not supposed to be a fast car. This is supposed to be a luxury SUV that like a mom drives. Like obviously, right? That's why we got it. But for example, a lot of people will look at this car and worship this car, honestly. And like the truth is that this car is really meaningless. It really has no worth. Just what people believe about it. People believe that this is a high maintenance car. People believe it's an expensive car. People believe all these things about this car, and realistically, this car is fucking cheap. It's a cheap ass car. It's not even close to $50,000, right? It's half that, if that, right? The gas is cheap because we got diesel, right? So like when people say, oh, I don't want this or I don't want that, or I don't know when I want it because of these X reasons, they're just building their belief, right? It's see it, believe it, obtain it. And the third one, or the second one, is believing it. And the way to change belief is by reasoning. So the more reasons you have for, oh, these are all my reasons for not getting this certain car, is because it's so high maintenance, it's expensive, I don't know if I can do it. The core 4, which is, it's the dream outcome, right? The likelihood of achievement divided by the time delay of how long it takes you to get there and the effort and sacrifice needed, right? So when driving a certain car like this, people are like, oh, well, my dream outcome says maybe, right? You could say maybe, you could say yes, that's what I want. And then your likelihood of achievement could be 0 because you aren't doing anything right now that'll prove to you that you can do it. So you have no reasons to believe in that. And also the time delay, how many hours, because most of you work for hours, right? In return of hours, you receive dollars or currency or whatever you want to call it. Time delay, like how long does it take you to make $25,000? Right? Most of you don't make that in a year. And that's no diss to you guys. That's just opening up awareness of like time delay is like one of the biggest things. And then effort and sacrifice. How much effort and sacrifice do you need to put into something that'll get you something like this? And that's why most people make up excuses, because excuses is different than reasons. Most people come up with so many fucking excuses about why I can't do this, why I can't get this, why I can't do this, why, all these fucking bullshit reasons of why they're not gonna get the thing that they want. And in simple terms, it's those 4 things. If you can convince yourself of those 4 things, you can really do fucking anything, right? And if you can convince others, this is a value equation by Alex Hormozy, by the way. If you can convince other people that, for example, let's say you guys have an offer right now, whether you are a business owner or working in a business, you are selling something, right? You're always selling something. So think about your client's dream outcome. What is it? Think about their likelihood of achievement. The more you make it likely for them to achieve it, and the more that it solidifies that their dream outcome is going to come and happen, right? Like let's say somebody is fat and you sell them on, I'm gonna get you to where you wanna get to. And let's say they wanna lose 20 pounds, right? So you say, well, I can get you to this X dream outcome of losing 20 pounds. The likelihood of achievement is pretty high because I say that I've done it with all these other people. That's why testimonials are needed, because people convince themselves that it's likely to achieve it. The next one is time delay. How much time will it take me? Well, the value of time is dictated by how much time it takes, right? Because if I say it takes 6 weeks, how much would you pay? But if I say it takes a year, well, think about it. It goes to the last one, which is effort and sacrifice. When you're talking about effort and sacrifice, is how much things do I need to do in order to get to my dream outcome, and how likely am I to do those things? So everything plays together in one part. So, for example, I'm fat, right? My goal, dream outcome, is to lose 20 pounds, right? If I tell you right now that, or somebody comes and tells me right now that I can make you lose 20 pounds, okay? The likelihood of achievement is 50-50. I haven't really helped anyone do it. I don't really know. This is just my theory. Then you say time delay. Well, it's going to take you a year to lose 20 pounds. And then I tell you, well, effort and sacrifice, you have to show up to the gym every single day, eat only what I tell you to eat from the diet that I make you, and you can't do X and X and X and X, right? This is a terrible fucking offer, or at least a terrible way to make the person understand what they're getting in an offer. Whereas if I came to tell you this is like the maximum potential of an offer where you could sell at maximum price, right? Because the last one you could maybe sell for $500 and under, right? I don't think anybody's gonna pay more than that. And we're talking about USD, right? Even though I live in Canada, we're talking about USD because that's a reserve currency of the world, right? So then if I come and tell you, if somebody comes and tells me that's one of the options, right? That's one of the companies that you get outreach by. Then another company comes and tells me, well, dream outcome, I'll make you lose 20 pounds, minimum, okay? I'll do it, and the likelihood of achievement is 90%, because I've done it with multiple people, and I have a statistic that 90% of people who stick through it get that shit that you want. Then, time delay, it's gonna take you 6 weeks. 6 weeks? Okay, that's much fucking better. Then, you go into effort and sacrifice. You still need to do the same fucking effort and sacrifice, but it's gonna take you 6 weeks, so it seems like less effort and sacrifice, right? How much more would you pay for that than the other thing, right? You would probably pay over $1,000 for that because the value is there. So the value equation pretty much allows you to determine price, right? It's like Warren Buffett says, value is what you get, price is what you give, or price is what you pay, right? I can't remember the exact quote. But that's what I'm talking about in this type of situation with this car, with any type of car, with you and yourself. If you think as a human being, holy fuck, this guy almost crashed into me. Big ass truck. It's actually not that slow, this car. But anyways, if you decide as a human being that the core four aren't worth it for you in order to get dream outcome of a BMW, dream outcome of a Lamborghini, you have to realize that the effort and sacrifice is way fucking harder. You have to realize that the time delay could be more or less, right? It probably is more than getting yourself a Honda Civic, right? Are you willing to wait? Also, what is the likelihood of achievement for you? Right now, it's probably 0 or near 0, right? Like for me, I'm not saying only for you guys. It's close to 0 for me too. But the thing is that every day you create this reality. Every day, price is paid for your dream outcome, right? If you wake up every day and you tell yourself, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire, it's not just going to magically happen. No, this is not how it works. You're not just going to become a millionaire one day to the next because you've said it so many fucking times. What actually happens when you say these things to yourself, what actually happens is that you end up reprogramming your brain, right? You end up reprogramming your brain to open up awareness of, how am I actually gonna do this shit? You start finding reasons or ways in order to achieve your dream outcome. You actually start finding ways in order to get to where you say you want to get to. Instead of thinking to yourself, oh, I can't do it. Well, what do you fucking think is gonna happen? You're gonna find ways why you can't actually do it. Well, I wasn't born in a rich family. I wasn't born with the resources that I think that I need in order to become successful. I don't think that success is monetary, whatever reasons you want to make for your lack of things is actually correct. You are right. You are 100% right. But the difference is that the people who believe in their success, the people who believe, even if their belief is delusional because it isn't actually true in the current moment and present time, like today, the thing is that they're building the future. Every single successful person that I know right now, and not in monetary success, right? I know a lot of freaking people. One of my uncles, Uncle Joe, he was not rich. He was broke than a motherfucker, right? But he had no debt, no bills, no expenses. He was retired at like 40 years old. And he made like $5,000 a month, I think, something like that. He was success to me. Why? because he did what he wanted to do. He actually decided, let's say fuck everybody, right? I don't care about all these people showing all these cars. I don't care about all these people talking about all these things. I don't care. What do I actually want? What do I actually think I deserve? Let me chase after that thing. And that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, we can do all these things to achieve this thing we call success, which people think is money. But what do you actually want? So when I ask people, what do you want? Like, what's your goal in life? Like, what do you actually want? And they say, I don't know. Or they say what they want. I'm like, okay, when do you want to buy? And they're like, I don't know. One day, one day, right? You can't think that way because one day never comes. Someday never comes. You have to think about it as, I want it on this day. I want it 5 years from now. Even if it's not on a specific day, like everybody tells you fucking put it on a specific day. I want it on a specific day. Like I told myself when I got out of high school, bro, okay, let's fucking backtrack a little bit. I got out of high school with -3 math, 20, not even 30. So I can't even go to university, by the way. At least not any class that is fucking anywhere near good. And this isn't to fucking shut myself down or whatever, but this is to show you like, holy fuck, bastard, bro. I hate these Indians, bro. Fucking Indians. Not you Indians, but these Indians that are fucking driving on the road. Some of these Indians are fucking bastards, bro. They think they own the world. Anyways, if you're Indian, my bad, bro. You already know, though. If you know, you know, But anyways, when I got out of high school, I was pretty much fucked. Like, I was a dumbass. I had no life, no reasons, no nothing. I didn't even give a fuck, right? I didn't even know I was a real human. I didn't even know what that shit even meant. But I made a goal in grade 12, right before turning 18, that I was going to be a millionaire by 21. Fucking crazy goal, hey? No one in my family had ever been millionaires. I didn't grow up around that, not even close. What gives me the right to think that I can do that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But as more of my delusions started to set in, I started finding things. Finding reasons to do the things that I needed to do in order to become the person who I wanted to become. Because you don't just become that person overnight. It's a set of habits that you need to do in order to become someone, right? Like, if I say to you, what is a person who works out every day, who eats healthy, who goes to events for working out, right? You already picture this person. You can tell me what this person looks like. You can tell me what this person does on a regular basis. You could tell me these things, right? And that is because habits build your personality, personal reality. So I decided, okay, let me start learning about this. What does this fucking mean? And I realized I'm smoking every single day. I'm hanging out with people who smoke every day, who do stupid shit every day. I'm sitting in cars and driving around and doing bullshit. And these are my results that I'm getting. Okay, do I want these results? Okay, why is this happening? Because of my habits, because of the personality, my personal reality that I built for myself, and I was blaming everybody for it. Not everybody, I'll blame myself. But anyways, then I started figuring out, okay, what are the habits of a millionaire? Okay, they wake up early, not super fucking early, but they wake up early, right? I used to wake up at noon or 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. just because I actually had no reason to live life. Like, there was no reason to live life. And this is just some real shit. No one's gonna tell you about this real shit that they've been thinking. So if you guys can let me know if you guys actually fuck with the way I'm kind of making these videos, let me know. But so I started reshaping my personal reality through my habits. So I stopped smoking. I started going to these events that had people who I didn't give a fuck about. I really didn't like it at first. Like, it was uncomfortable, super, super uncomfortable. But I started learning different things. I started seeing kids my age in real life, not on social media, making a lot of money. What I thought was a lot of money, like $100,000 a year, right? And I was seeing, like, why can't I do this? Why do I have to suffer? Why does my family have to suffer? Why do these fucking kids get what I want? Well, it's because they were doing things that I wasn't doing. They were actually working their ass off, 50-50, right? They were actually doing things that were getting them the results that they were getting. So when I think about it like that, it's like, okay, now let me start doing things that get me the results that I'm getting. And I went through a whole lot of shit, okay? I went through every single business model you can ever think of. But I was trying. I tried, and I still try till this day to find reasons why I can become this person that I say that I am. Never in my life before this would I have thought that I would have a clothing brand, that I would have a network and a community, that I would have the possibility to never work a job in my life, right? And it's still to this day, it's hard to believe, but still to this day, I wake up every day and I pay the price. And that price is that you have to convince yourself you are who you say you are every day. Because sometimes I look at myself, if you've seen me when I was younger or a few years ago, I literally physically look like a completely different person. I sound like a different person. You should have heard the way I used to speak. And this is because my personal reality has changed through my personal reality, through my personality, I mean. Through what? Through my habits. Through what? Through my thinking, right? Most of us, if you don't know, there's 60 to 90,000 thoughts in a day. This is a street preacher on the road. Fucking sick, bro. Let me show you. So I changed my personal reality through these things, through my thinking. Because we have 60 to 90 thoughts in a day, right? Out of those thoughts, 80% are negative. You can fucking fact check me on any of this. 80% of your thoughts are negative, and 90% of those thoughts repeat day after day. So you think that you think with your own brain, but you don't. You think that you control your life, but you don't. It's because of a set of programs that you've been programmed since from the age of 7 years old and past that. You've been programmed to become the person that people say that you are. You are just a mirror of other people's thoughts and reflection of who you are. So you don't even count as a person until you take control of who you say you are, right? This battle isn't between, oh, this person thinks I'm this person thinks I'm this person, so I am the person that they say that they are, or the average of what everybody thinks that I am. No, you are who you say you are, or who God says you are, right? But we can get into that another time, because that's a different type of conversation, right? But you have this innate calling to something. I'm sure each and every single one of you have a calling to something. You want something, or you want to change something. You want to improve something, and you don't think you can do it because all these people say you can't, or all these people haven't done it, or all the people around you don't even think about those things, so you stop thinking about the things that you want to think about. In order to stop that, you need to just hang out with yourself. Who are you? Right, the person I hang out with the most nowadays is me. It's fucking hot. Should have brought a shirt or something. But yeah, if you treat yourself like a Honda Civic, don't expect to run like a Lamborghini. A person who owns a Honda Civic wakes up in the morning feeling like average. They do the average routine, right? You can picture what they do. They get in the car, they turn it on, they drive out the driveway, and they go to work. They're living life on like a fast pace, like a chasing pace, like they're trying to get it over with. Well, did you know that when you own a supercar, you need to wait for the RPMs to go to zero because it treats the car better? Did you know that when you own a supercar, you need to put the premium gas? Even if you don't need supreme gas, you just need the premium, which is one under. You would put the supreme just because you like your car, you take care of your car, you respect your car. But you would put the supreme gas because you care about your car, you love your car, and you want to take care of it. And it's not because you have a Lambo, or this figment of your imagination that is called a supercar. But it's literally because you care about that car. You've put so much energy, time, and effort into this car, right? Most people don't realize that the way you treat yourself dictates the way that you are. If you treat yourself like a Honda Civic, you throw shit, you don't clean your car, you don't give a shit about what you do, you just drive like fucking crazy, like you put the most cheapest gas just because you want to get it over with. Like, most people actually treat themselves like Honda Civics. So they are one, and they become it, right? Because your habits dictate who you are, your personal reality. And then they wonder why they don't change. Well, because they don't take control of their brain. But if you literally just become delusion, you're a broke little bitch. And you wake up and you treat yourself like a Lamborghini. You believe that you are a Lamborghini. You believe that you deserve certain things. You believe that you are the best, you deserve the best, that you eat the best. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the best, it just needs to be the best for you. It needs to be the best of your capability. You start becoming the best. You start becoming what you do, because action leads to creation, right? Nothing happens on its own. You have to actually create it, right? My dad, since I was young, he always told me, nothing is real until you write it down. Because we have to take the see it part from the universe, God, creator, into the believe it part, which you have to make it a physical reality. You have to actually bring these things, bring these reasons to life. And that's why I say obtaining it is the last step, and it's an inevitable step once you believe it, because belief leads you towards acting in the way that you believe that you are. If you believe you're a Lamborghini, you act in the way of that. Oh my gosh. We're almost here anyway, so it's calm. But yeah, I hope you guys got some value out of this video. I want to try and make videos here and there, just because whenever I have the time, whenever I'm going out or doing something, I'd rather make my time productive instead of listening to music and just bullshitting the rest of the drive. Come on, bro. This car takes so fucking long to push. And it goes, though. It goes. Can't lie, it goes. But yeah, boys, treat yourself good. Don't think that you can't get the things that you want just because you don't have it, or just because you don't believe it. Set your expectations to actually what you want. Set bigger goals, and you'll be shocked at how small they are in the future. Olay. Some neat ass cars around here. I'll show you, but I don't want to fucking crash. Remember, you aren't who you are today. Today you are who you used to be because of program. Change the program. Tomorrow you'll be who you would want to be today. Whoever you want to be today, you will be tomorrow. But it just takes time. Remember, dream outcome. What the fuck is it that you actually want? What do you want? Name it. I want $1 million. Okay, name it. Okay, dream outcome is done. Okay, now, what is the likelihood of achievement? 0. Completely 0. But what if you start doing things that get you to this likelihood of achievement, right? It starts going up, doesn't it? So your likelihood of achievement goes up every day you do something that actually benefits you. Every day. Fuck, I need to stop. Let me fucking park. Every day that you actually do something that gets you to prove to yourself, or to give yourself enough reasons that you can believe that the dream outcome is actually likelihood of achievement, it is likely. It is more likely. You need to actually do the actions to get you there. Now, the time delay and the effort and sacrifice, you have to be willing to accept that your dream outcome will have certain time delays and certain effort and sacrifices. Like, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, Well, do you realize that it takes time to be a millionaire? It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even have, the average time is actually 7 years. Did you know that? Did you know that the effort and sacrifice is way fucking harder than anything? That's why most people aren't millionaires, right? So you have to think about, why do people want these things, right? And why do so few have it? Because it's fucking hard. It's hard. Once you accept that, once you accept these things and start like actually looking at the reality of things, you start treating yourself different. You start aligning to what your dream outcome is. But you have to have things in place. You have to have certain goals and expectations for yourself in place. Like, okay, it's gonna take me 7 years, but by the 2-year mark, by the 1-year mark, I wanna be making 100K. What do I need to do for that? Okay, well, I need to learn. You need to learn. Take a year to learn. Okay? Now that you've learned, what else needs to happen? Well, you need to apply. Okay, once you start applying, results start coming in. So once you see results, because of the knowledge you have, you can give value to the world and it'll trade for it, but not that much. Because you are not that valuable. There's people who can do what you do in time delay, much shorter time, or much better, or even outperforming the dream outcome that they say that they want. You over deliver, right? So what is it that you truly want, and are you willing to sacrifice for it? So once you start applying it, then you start learning again. And it's a constant repetition of leveling up your character, leveling up the fucking video game that you're playing today, right? We're all into the game. It's just some of us actually decide to fucking play it. Some of us decide to take the decision to plan out our life, to not let our parents or our friends and our personal reality dictate who we are or who we will be. People used to look at me like I was fucking crazy. And today, they look at me and they're like, what? You said you... They actually don't even remember that I said what I was gonna say that I did. Or, does that make sense? Yeah, you know what I mean. They don't even realize the time in between. It's been 3 years almost. Oh, I just turned 20. They don't realize that I've been grinding since I was fucking like 13, 14. That I used to sell belts. I used to run ads in like 2018, 2019, right? I'll pop up some pictures of like my actual childhood, what my fucking childhood looked like. Like, you don't realize the grind, the levels of dedication and effort and time delay that you have to go through in order to sit in a Jaguar. Like, oh, that's what the fuck. Okay, whatever. I'll fix that after. But people don't realize the actual grind and dedication that you need, the mindset and the mentality to not give up, because I'm not even close to where I want to be. And I feel like giving up every single day. I feel like not doing anything. I feel like not working. I feel like fucking balling up a J. Bad biddies everywhere. Like, my whole existence is destined to sin. It's destined to be fucked. Just like everybody else. Just very few of us actually decide to take control. Very few of us decide that we actually have the capabilities that you actually have. See, not all of us are born rich in money, but all of us are born rich in potential and capabilities. And that's what I want you to get out of this, is if you want a fucking BMW, if you want a Mercedes, if you want what you fucking want, don't make excuses or reasons for why you can't get it, or why this and why that, or the maintenance or the price or all these things. Bro, you're only gonna find more reasons and you're never gonna get what you want. And that's why people live guess what? 90% repetitive days, 60 to 90,000 thoughts in a day, and 80% of them are negative. People live in hell. They literally live in a mental hell. That's why I call you guys outsiders. The web is, the people who are part of the web are outsiders, not because you're outsiders in the world, or not because you look, you know what I mean? Like, it's because you literally have to take an outside perspective of your body. You have to take an outside perspective of your consciousness. You have to think about thinking, and then think about what you're thinking about, and think about that. See, many of you don't understand these things, but if you do, let me know, because you are one of the chosen ones. You are an outsider. You are somebody who's supposed to know these things. And this understanding that you have, that's why I'm trying to reach these people, is because it's very hard to find people like us. All right. So, I know this video is all over the place. I try to make it more structured than the other ones, and I didn't really go towards plan. But I'm trying to just make these as authentic as possible. I call this thing my library of thought. And all of us have like a library in our brain. And it's like, have you ever seen that movie with like all the emotions? Like, that's pretty much what your brain is. And you can ignite one of them or two of them or whatever you want to use in your capabilities in your control panel. And most of us don't take control. Most of us are living repeat programs, right? Letting those thoughts control you, like that movie shows. Go ahead. Take some time. Sit alone. Breathe. Meditate. Meditate, right? Concentrate. Think about what you truly want. Concentrate on what you truly want. Organize your thoughts. You ever see how millionaires, or just successful people in general, old people too, they've just sat alone for so long, they've sat with their own thoughts for so long that they can tell you stories of like thousands of years ago. They can tell you stories of the ancient times. They can tell you stories of Atlantis. They can tell you stories of everything. It's because these guys have arranged a library of thought to become so organized that they can pull out anything whenever they feel like they need to. Well, anything that they learn, right? It's this old term in war, keep your powder dry. It's like, don't let everything go at once, and most people do. Keep your powder dry means like, don't give everything out at one time. Millionaires are really good at that. It's because people are really good at that, right? Sales is a good skill to have when you have to organize your library. You have to come up with objections, or not objections. You have to come up with solutions to their objections. And you know what the main solution actually is in sales is getting them to realize that their solution or that their problem isn't actually a problem, that they're just making it a problem because they think it's a problem, right? If somebody says, I don't have enough money, or I don't know if I want this. Oh, why do you not want this? Then they answer, oh, you don't want this because your wife isn't gonna approve of this? How come? You just ask them questions to lead their own brain into the solution that you have, because the solution's there. So sales is actually very, very easy. You just actually need to have the thing that the person wants. Anybody who's qualified will become your customer. The people who are unqualified won't. That's what all good salespeople know. So I'm dragging this on for too long. It's like a 20-minute video, but hope you guys got some value from it. Hope you guys learned something. I learned something, you know, and I'm gonna try to make these videos better and better, but I'm trying to film and dedicate myself to this consistently, at least once a day, hopefully. I'm gonna try once a day. But yeah, boys, I hope you liked the past two videos. My dad just got here. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys the car, and then I'm gonna say what's up. Let's go say what's up to Pops. Pops, by the way. Demon. Like I was saying, boys, if you guys want this, Set the fucking goals. Do it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys. Stay safe. Call your goals.